Big up, guys. It's your boy, Mark and MUFC fan. And you know what it is. It's the match preview as we get ready to face Fulham away. And it's going to be an interesting game because Manchester United, of course, we desperately need 3 points. We need to get to 40 points. Well, some fans would say we're in a relegation battle. I would say we're in an up and down situation in the rebuild. It is what it is. But big up to my buddy back in the building and big up to everyone joining. Big up to everyone in the building. We must fight. We must get 3 points. It's going to be an interesting game, an encounter where a lot of people might be expecting Fulham to do United in. And United might just come and surprise everyone and get 3 points. But let's look into it. Let's check out the starting lineups. Bali, how are you feeling ahead of the clash? What are your thoughts, my bro?
I'm feeling all right. I'm not feeling so confident about the Fulham game. I must say, it looked like we had a couple of niggles in the game. Some players got substituted off. And yeah, our form ain't been great of late. And going forward, in my opinion, we look very terrible. We don't look consistent in any way, shape or form. Our strikers... When's the last time you saw one of our strikers score? That's either Xerxes or Højlund, and then we've been quite wasteful in front of goal. Don't get me wrong, like referees have made countless bad decisions against us. So I'm not expecting anything different come Sunday. I'm expecting a bad performance from the referee. I'm expecting bad performance from the strikers. I'm expecting disgusting attacking play. And yeah, I'm just expecting the midfield to not really do the things that they're supposed to do. And I'm expecting it to heap extra pressure on the defense. And if Onana plays, who knows what's going to happen.
That's going to be the weird thing, bro. Onana. I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. Everyone knows I'm not the one that has the most faith in Onana. But I also had faith in Anthony, so you could question the kind of players that I like, if you want to say. But yeah, I think when I watch the team play live, they seem a little bit more confident with Bayern there at the back. It's just a thing for me. The back line, they make better decisions. They're not as panicked when players are one-on-one or they're defending opportunities. They're not as panicked. So that might be one of the things where I feel like maybe it might be a good time for Bayern to get us some starting minutes in this game. You know what I mean? There's also some reports coming in that some people have not seen Amad Diallo training with the team or on the bus traveling towards the game. It's going to be interesting to see who is the starting lineup, who is going to be the impactful player in the game, who is starting in goal, especially, and where the goal's coming from. You know what I mean? Big up to Lucky saying he's not interested in swap deals for Chelsea Garnacho, £60 million on bust. 100%, I'd agree there. But it's the match preview. So big up to Danny B in the building. Big up to the great one as well. Rashi return at 9. Well, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that great one? I mean, Bali Tech.
You're saying Rashford back to the 9?
I mean, hell no. He had his best performance ever in a season at 9.
Hell no. And it's not because I think the player's a crap player or anything like that. It's just because I think anything that's trying to promote bringing this guy back to the team after he said he wants a new challenge, hell no. He needs to find his way out of the club. Yeah, because he's not been on board with multiple managers. He is a part of the problem with his high wage, just like Anthony is a part of the problem with his high wage. And people can argue, well, it's the club giving them the contracts. That's fine. But this is the club's mess. So I don't want the club to keep a hold of somebody who's actively holding us back from bringing in players that are better than him, or players that want to buy into the manager's philosophy. We can't keep players who are holding us back, who don't want to buy into multiple managers' philosophy, Because at the end of the day, we're looking to this guy to say, yo, this guy's the superstar boy of the team and he's supposed to be pushing us forward. Well, if he decides that because he's broke up with his girlfriend or because he wants to be drinking in Belfast and lying to the management saying that, oh, he's sick when training's coming, and because he keeps on going out drinking after defeats and everything else, yeah, because he's not adhering to the practices of the team, you want this guy to now come back and play 9 for us? Hell no. I want a 9 that goes back-to-back seasons, scoring multiple goals. I want that type of 9 in our strike force, because at the end of the day, when I was growing up watching football, I don't even need to talk about the names, but I can assure you at no point did we rely on a below par striker to lead the forward line. At no point of the whole entire history up until today is when we started relying on nines that are not either the finished article or are at the age where they're supposed to be the finished article, but they haven't fulfilled their potential. So no, hell no. He has to go. He has to.
I don't disagree with you there. It's going to be a key situation, you know. Another key part is the goalkeeping duties. It continues to be a topic. Will Alter there be handed a start after his performance in the last game? Will Amarim go with Onana after his mishap in the previous game before that? You know, it's going to be interesting. You know, there was some highlights that the manager said it was always a fight, even with rotation. It was prepared, Amarim said, highlighting his strategic foresight, the approach not only to the players' fatigue, but also to keep the squad sharp and engaged. You know, it's going to be interesting. But I would say, you know, key players that would be like to be deployed will be returning, the likes of Mazraoui, who was rested in the game against Rangers, you know, Harry Maguire, Lissandro Martinez in defense. You know, I expect United to do something fluid, just like we did against Rangers. You know, maybe see the likes of Joshua Zirkzee starting, Amad Diallo, this time bringing Manuel Ugarte into the team might be another interesting situation. You know, of course, there are many reports that Alejandro Garnacho might be leaving, but we saw him start midweek. Was that his last game? Who knows? You know, at the same time, Bruno Fernandes is probably going to fit that role in the 10. There are some reports coming that Harry Amas might get his first game, you know, alongside Ericsson and Collier in the midfield. Might be interesting to see if that actually happens. But for me, the key thing is, who are we going to work, you know, the attacking lineup? How are we going to provide a way that we will get some goals? We know, you know, that Fulham is not the worst team. They have been in decent form. They are very good at home. You know, it will not be something that, you know, Craven Cottage won't be up for. They are definitely going to be up for this game. It's going to be bouncing in there. It's not a big stadium, so the fans are going to feel right on top of the players as well. And for me, I feel like Amarim might have the right tactics for the game, but will the players exploit these tactics? Bali.
Yo, as far as I'm concerned, Altai deserves to start and go. For the last 2 games, he's shown a consistency that I like, and he's proven that he doesn't mind coming out for crosses and punching them away. He doesn't mind taking a blow to the face in order to get to the ball. And I think that's been one of the problems that Onana's had of recent, is that maybe he's scared of getting punched in the face or a knee or some sort of foul, and maybe that's why he just ball watches when the ball is going across his box to other people for easy tap-ins. I don't know why he's allowing multiple mistakes to happen game after game after game, and I've defended him a lot, but he's damaged my confidence over a period of time. And I'll be a fool to see somebody like Altai performing and then advocating for Onana, who's actually hurting my feelings at the moment. So no, he shouldn't be in the goal. And at the end of the day, this ain't, as much as I might like a player or liked a player, I don't patronize players who ain't doing their job. And as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't been doing his job. So no way he should be starting in goal, as far as I'm concerned. Like whoever's playing the best should be playing. Yeah, that's where I stand. So it doesn't really matter who the player is. So I know sometimes I might have a go at a player, not in a malicious way, but just in a way where it's to say, oh, this guy hasn't performed. And then some people might bring up another player or they might bring up a player I've advocated for. But what people have to understand about me is if the player that I'm advocating for has stopped performing, I am no longer standing by that person, bro. I can only stand by greatness as far as Man United is concerned. I can only stand by people that are daring to be great, somebody who is taking the pressure on their shoulders and flicking the collar up and saying au revoir, like Eric Cantona did back in the day. You know, I could big players, big player mentality, big player energy. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here for all these players who, oh, I've lost my confidence and I no longer know how to kick the ball and I no longer know how to pass and my concentration is off and I'm not with all that. I'm not with all that. That's between you, your wife, and your therapist. I don't care. Yeah. When you put on that shirt, you need to be 100% ready. That's what I care about. I care about the Warriors. You know, back in the day, yeah, when I used to watch football and they used to have brethren on the other team, but do you think these men were laughing and joking with each other? No. These men were prepared for war. They ain't doing that laughing and joking shit until after they've kicked lumps out of you. And after they've battered you 4-5-0, then they'll be like, oh, bro, see you at England camp. Now, these men are just chin wagging before the game, enjoying each other's company, embracing each other. Oh, bro, I miss you, long time no see, and all that. And then the opposition is dealing with us, yeah, at Old Trafford, yeah, dealing with us, yeah. Back in the day, people used to come to Old Trafford, see the brothers in the tunnel, look over and be scared. The match was lost in the tunnel. The match was lost in the tunnel. Now, they embrace the players, then they whisper to each other. I think we can beat these men today, you know. And that is the problem with Manchester United right now. We are not that team no more. We are not that guy. Yeah. We have the right shirt, just the wrong people inside the shirt. Because a lot of people are suffering with mental health and fragile egos and lack of confidence and all this other thing. Meanwhile, they're trying to project outwardly that, oh yeah, I'm confident enough to play for this club, lying to their agent, yeah, we can do it, man, we can do it. And then they get to Old Trafford and then all of a sudden, oh, it's hard. And you want me to feel sorry for you, bro? With all them wages that you man are getting, you want me to feel sorry for you? Hell nah. Hell nah, bruv. We need lions playing for us, bro. We
We
need
not
lions,
kiddies.
bruv. Yeah,
We
we
are
need
kittens
lions.
right
We ain't
now,
got no
bro.
lions. We have too many gazelles playing for us.
We are
That's the
some
problem.
kittens, bro. You know,
Yeah,
they
man.
ain't even grown. Not even some
Yeah, man.
adolescents, bro. That wild and a
Mm-hmm.
little fearless. But you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Everybody could have different points of view, bro. There are kids that are 10 years old and have no clue of what he's talking about. Well, I mean, possibly, bro. You know what I mean? He needs to show some creativity and adaptability with what he's got. I mean, to be fair, bro, we didn't ask for that. We asked for him to do his system, implement his system, stick to what he knows, die on his sword. You know what I mean? We didn't want Ten Hag who was adapting, using creativity to get the best out of what he had while trying to prepare them to play how he wanted to play. We didn't accept that. So realistically, guys, you know, we had to stop going around in circles at some point. You know what I mean? So I agree. And these players need to start showing up. At the end of the day, we back them, we'll criticize them. At the same time, we'll defend them. But at some point in time, they had to start to earn that defense. They had to deliver. And realistically, right now, it's not looking like they're delivering. Like, imagine we're gonna do a lineup, and we had to consider if we should be starting Toby Collier or Kobe Minu next to Ugarte. Understand what I'm saying, guys?
Toby Collier next to Ugarte. It's an interesting one. Do you know what? Yeah, I would like to see Bruno Fernandes next to either Collier or Ugarte, and then go with either Kobe in the 10 with Ahmad or maybe Ericsson in the 10 next to Ahmad, because I just think going forward, we're lacking all different types of creativity. And I think we can't just keep on relying on solely Ahmad to come up with the goods. I think he needs some help and some support. And I just think our main issue right now is the creativity with the goals. We're not creating properly, and we're not scoring the goals. And then the thing is, we're heaping extra pressure onto the defense, because at the end of the day, you're playing against Premier League clubs, and if you don't create enough chances, all that needs to happen is that encourages the other team, and then the other team get a bit excited and think, "Oh, let's test the keeper." And especially if we're playing Onana, these men will start shooting from everywhere, and then before you know it, he's pushing one out right in front of their striker for the easy tapping. So yeah, we need a bit more creativity in the team. We need a bit more going up front. So yeah, that's why I would say maybe Bruno should drop back a bit to put one of these
So,
creative players in the 10, and to just have a bit more creativity on the pitch, period.
all right. So, what about something like this? All right. What about something like this? What are we saying?
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all.
Because I feel like with a situation like this, I'm gonna zoom it up a little bit, right? So people can just see the midfield, right? And let's imagine we have Ericsson here. We have Ahmad around him on this side to protect based on pace. We have Bruno around here to cover this side based on pace. We have Ugarte here. So really and truly, he just need to pass the ball and not lose it. What do you think?
Who do you say who needs to pass the ball and not lose it?
Ericsson, what I mean, he just need to focus on setting players free and creating for players.
I think he's good at that. This guy,
no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now I'm
that's his
taking away
game.
his defensive duties, most of it now, basically, if you understand what I mean. I really that's exactly what I mean. I didn't say it. I don't know if it came across like that, but I just mean all his focus will be just on attacking duties and creativity. Whoever else he contribute, cool, but we're not looking for that.
He just needs to facilitate in either keeping the ball or playing the ball either through balls or balls round the corner or 1-2s in order to help Xerxes score some goals. Xerxes, usually what would tend to happen is Xerxes will probably have to drop off a lot in order to get touches of the ball. But I think in this type of system, he may still drop off, but he doesn't have to drop off as much in order to get a hold of the ball. He just has to figure out where do I need to be in the place where I can now score the goals, because I've got somebody like Ericsson in the team who can play a little cheeky ball around the corner. I could be through one-on-one with the keeper now. All I got to do is concentrate on burying the chance. So that's where I'm kind of at with it. And the thing is, I think this system, it doesn't necessarily matter who the striker is. The only reason why I would play Xerxes is because Xerxes is good at bringing others into play, holding up the ball, and etc. He's better at that sort of thing, right? Firing the ball out to the wings, playing through balls, etc. So yeah, but he's also good at getting in the right spaces in order to get a strike on goal. The problem is his strike on goal. That needs to be improved. But if we can create like 4 or 5 chances for Xerxes, like in the game, then he could be able to score 1 or 2 of them. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Interesting. I mean, I think, yeah, bro, I hear you on that. I think Ericsson kind of dusted. I'm not gonna lie, but that's just because I think he have no mobility really and physicality to offer. But in terms of creation, we know he could create. It's just can't offer the mobility of a player to really say, well, he's the future of the system. So for me, like, I'm not going to be one to advocate for him, but at the same time, I could hear it. And at the end of the day, this is about everybody's opinion, not just my own, you know what I mean? Else I'll be talking to myself. So I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, you make a good point with Ericsson adding creativity to the front line. You have Bruno and Ugarte and Menu around them to provide that energy and, physicality in the midfield where he's lacking. He higher up the pitch. So, yeah, I mean, like, Sosa have a point here, you know. I might even say, with what Sosa saying here, you do this and you're dropping my man's here. Yeah, I mean, that's something that I wouldn't mind dropping in Casemiro in there. Because
we're dropping in Casemiro with Ugarte.
Yeah, because with Casemiro,
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. But I think Ericsson is more creative than him. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, it depends. Like, obviously, if we are winning the game, then it'll be the perfect substitution to hold on to the game. But if we need to go out and score, which is our main issue, then I'd rather Ericsson play because of what he can do in terms of facilitating goal scoring. Unless you're going to tell Casemiro, okay, we don't really need you to defend, go and play high up the pitch. Because I don't necessarily think the issue is defending per se. I think we defend adequately enough. And Casemiro is predominantly a defensive midfielder last time I checked. But yes, he's good in the box from corner kicks and from set pieces and things of that nature. But are we saying, yeah, Cass, play because you're good at set pieces? Or are we saying, what would you rather do? Play a player because he's good at winning headers from set pieces, or play a guy who can facilitate anybody scoring the header?
Well, I mean, I feel like it's more than just that. I feel like, okay, I just interpreting what Sosa was moving in the chat and what he was saying. And I just feel like, okay, you're sacrificing some of the creativity to bring a player who are a little bit more mobile, a little bit more physical, that could provide a cover on the defensive end in circumstances, but could also get forward and create and help in creating chances or help in finishing chances in different moments. Because we've seen Casemiro score a variety of goals from Man United, not just headers, not just from corners as well, showing up in the box 18 situation and being there. So I just feel like I could hear it in the sense that I know we will be sacrificing some creativity, but you'll also have a little bit more physicality. And to be fair, Fulham is a really physical team. They're quick, you know what I mean? And you would want to be able to have 1 or 2 guys in there who not going to take, too many decisions about making a tackle and stopping an attack. from the start. So I feel like might be a situation for argument. Maybe you start Casemiro, you play a more physical game in the first half, and as the Fulham players tire, you could bring on Eriksen in the second half to really like open the game up, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. Initially, before Amarin came in, Ugarte and Casemiro was the pivot under Van Nistelrooy. So why that did not continue, I don't really know. Obviously, it probably has something to do with the manager's football and how the manager wants to go around playing the game. And maybe he might look at it as we've already got three at the back, and that's a bit too defensive in his opinion, because he doesn't look at Ugarte as some sort of magician in the midfield. He just looks at him as a spoiler. And then if you're looking at Casemiro, Casemiro does have a few switches of play in him, but predominantly he's a spoiler. So, I mean, I don't know if that is an imbalance or if that is just lacking creativity or if they both won't have the confidence to play certain passes from a deeper position. And if that's the case and we're going to play Casemiro in there, then why have Xerxes playing in there? You might as well have Højlund playing in there. Because, again, like going the other way, if we're going to have to resort to... Because this team, the way I'm looking at this is a long ball team now. I'm looking at this team as not a team that's going to keep the ball on the floor. I'm looking at this team as a team that's going to be playing the ball in the sky like Stoke. So if you might want Stoke football, you might as well put Rasmus there as well, because then Rasmus might have to run the channels, seeing as these men are going to be playing long balls. Now, you might think that's negative, but I bet you any money, if they was to play this type of team, they'll be launching the ball long all the time. And that's from the keeper to the defenders to...
Casemiro, Brazilian, bro. Them is ground football specialist. Ugarte from South America is on the ground. We just play football long there. No?
Bro, Casemiro is a launcher. He loves launching the ball.
He could launch, but he could also make passes.
He loves it. He loves launching the ball. He does, like, I promise you, if Casemiro plays, he's gonna think he's Bruno and start launching the ball. Yeah. So if you've got Bruno launching and Casemiro launching, then you got the wing backs, when they can't find people, they start launching. Then you got the goalkeeper who's launching. You got too many players that are trying to launch the ball instead of play it on the ground.
Bro, nah, you had to be trolling me here, bro. Nah, bro.
You got too many players applying a rocket launcher to a football.
Bro, you trying to tell me moving but with the Grenadier squad?
Yeah, bro.
Team Grenadier. That we're moving. Well, I mean, we sponsored by Ineos.
Launching grenades everywhere.
Well, I mean, we sponsored by Ineos, they might as well park one outside Old Trafford.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean, what we gonna do? But what I'm saying, if we drop Eriksen and Bruno up top, Casemiro, Ugarte, I think that's a good midfield. I think that Casemiro, Ugarte will make up for Eriksen, no legs. Bruno there. I mean, we could even swap Bruno and Casemiro and play Casemiro early up the pitch to make early tackles and whatnot, and let Bruno run around the back. Big up to Richard James in the building. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I mean, there's many options. I mean, at the end of the day, we haven't even put Højlund in the starting lineup, but realistically, I think Højlund needs a rest. He needs to watch some games, you know what I mean? Come in the last 20 minutes, 30 minutes, get hungry, analyze, work on his mistakes, but maybe watching the game and watching where the team put in passes into the box might help him. For when he come in, he would probably start thinking, maybe I should go to those positions, if you understand.
Yeah, I suppose so. Obviously, at times you have your own opinion, but you have to try and see what some other people are trying to say. Obviously, big up to the chat, big up to man like Sosa, big up to Richard James, big up to all the usual suspects in the building. We see you.
I mean, I don't disagree there. Static formation. I mean, but realistically, the staticness, I guess, would be from having Mazarawi and Dalot playing right wing back, left wing back every game. I think when we have those two guys on the right wing back and left wing back with three defenders in centre back, we play in a back five. I feel like if we have a situation where we have our attacking left wing back, attacking right wing back like Ahmad, and well, I mean, Dalot get forward, but let's just say we switch Dalot out for Alvaro Fernandez, I feel like we'd be more attacking in general sense of play based on how those players perform. So in a way, I don't think the formation would be static when you have those two major changes coming in to the wing back rules. I feel like that makes the formation more attacking, but also provides coverage at the same time. I get to a point where you're saying having the same formation each game kind of makes it seem static at a point. It's understandable.
It's the thing is the team's only static because the midfielders don't know where the players behind them are gonna be, and I think that's where our issues are. Because when I watch Sporting Lisbon under Ruben Almiron, it's like a player will fight. Like, let's say the left centre back, when he gets on the ball, if he fires that into midfield. So when I say into midfield, I don't mean he's firing it to the centre back. He could fire it all the way to the number 10, or he could fire it to Ugarte, right? As an example. But the speed of the next move, because they all know where each other's gonna be. So the next move is not like Ugarte or Human is gonna dilly dally on the ball. As soon as that ball comes into him, he knows where the next pass is gonna be. So it's almost like an instinctive pass. It's like touch bang, or their first touch is the pass to the next man, and that's the thing with us. It's like these players have to think of where they're gonna pass it. Then when they run out of ideas, they go to the wing back. Then they go back to the defenders. Then they start circulating it at the back just not to lose the ball. But in theory, some of the players either are not fully all the way acclimatized to playing the system yet, or will never be acclimatized to delivering what the manager wants them to deliver. So they're just doing it in the best way they know can without being a full-on hindrance to the team. But to a certain extent, it is a hindrance to the team because going forward, we're never going to be our high-flying selves unless we get the right personnel. And to be fair, the way I'm looking at it is we're suffering a lot on multiple fronts. We're suffering in the midfield because we're putting too much pressure on Ugarte because he has to tackle. He's basically doing the running of two or three people in the
True.
team. And then we're also sacrificing because we don't have the correct, adequate wing backs, both left and right. Don't get me wrong, Ahmad has done a job there and he has done a good job there when he's played there. But then there's games where I see him getting out-muscled, getting bypassed and everything else. And I'm thinking to myself, a certified wing back, you won't just be able to bypass them like that. You won't be able to outmuscle them like that because they're supposed to have the strength of the defender, but the mobility of
Of
an
a winger.
attacker. Yeah, the mobility of someone who's going forward attacking. But we don't really have that at the moment. We don't have that. That's why the team is a bit disjointed. And then in the number 10s, our number 10s, they're supposed to be ball carriers. Yeah, both of them. They're supposed to be ball carriers that play in the middle of the pitch. But we don't have people that are confident in tight areas that are ball carriers who can play through balls. We don't really have that in the team. So once they can address, and then obviously striker, we don't have a gunman. So it's actually going to take a while for us to get the adequate replacements in order to bolster this team. My only fear is, can the manager survive multiple transfer windows? That is it. If they give him 2 summers, then we can have a team that can resemble an Almarin team. But until then, he's on borrowed time. To be fair with you.
Interesting. I agree there. Guys, interesting bits of news coming in out here, and I would like to mention this because I don't know how you guys might feel about this, but I mean, I'm not like I would say I'm not gung ho, but I could hear it to an extent because I feel like it might prove interesting. It might prove interesting, and hear it out before we rubbish it, right? So there are some reports right now that Barcelona currently in talks with Man United for the likes of Marcus Rashford. As we know, there is interest in signing the player. Of course, we know the situation with Barcelona. Now, Man United are lacking a 10 attacking player, who can play in that left 10 or that right 10 or across the front line. Now, Barcelona are hoping to get a loan or exit for the likes of Ansu Fati. Now, Ansu Fati was in the Premier League last season, so he had a season with Brighton, full season. He played quite a few games. There was interest to keep the player once De Zerbi left. Brighton, of course, didn't see the need to, follow through the option to buy the player as, the new coach coming didn't seem to be interested in having him there. Of course, it would have been coming at cost that he probably didn't want the team to go through. But hear me out. I'm not the biggest fan of Ansu Fati, but let's think about it from a perspective. Barcelona want this player out. We need a player in the 10. We need to send Marcus Rashford out on loan. He's currently fit and available. And while we could turn up our nerves at the guy, he could actually play that left 10 role. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be exciting, but here's a guy who's around, 23, 24 years old, could be a give or take, right? And he's not had the best career so far. He was likened to Messi. He was wearing the number 10 at Barcelona, and he has not, reached that full potential. But we've seen players like this before. He has some experience in the Premier League, which means it won't be that difficult for him to adapt. He was playing at Brighton, which is a similar type of formation. And what if, let's just say, hypothetically, 10 million euro deal, 20 million euro deal, and Ansu Fati comes in, they take Marcus Rashford. Of course, they're already paying his full wages. We facilitate that move by buying Ansu Fati. Of course, he does come into the team, and let's just say he flourishes. Or let's say we take him on loan. What's the negatives there? Bali, what are your thoughts?
If this is what we're resulting to, Ansu Fati, then anyway, I will definitely be Ineos out if this is what we're doing, because as far as I'm concerned, yeah, like Ansu Fati is like a Mason Mount in my opinion. The guy's always injured, and that's why his career is predominantly failed at Barcelona. This is a guy that always struggles for fitness. Now, if we want to talk about loan players and what's the best for Manchester United from a loan standpoint, just a loan, not a buy, a loan, yeah, then Christopher Nkunku is out there. The guy, he got injured and he was out pretty much the whole season, but the guy's been fit for 10 months now. So as far as I'm concerned, he's already on 13 goals. He's not really playing. He's only played 300 minutes in the Premier League, and he's got 2 goals, but he's got 13 goals for the season. As far as I'm concerned, I'd rather take a punt on him on loan for the season, knowing that he's already had a season in the past where he scored 35 goals and had 20 assists in one season. I'd rather take a punt on him rather than a punt on a player who's never actually done something. He's like the great pretender. Like, we thought he was gonna be this, but he never was that, and he might never will be that. So I'd rather get a guy who, because he's already failed at Brighton, so I don't see how he's failed at Brighton and he's gone on to do other stuff elsewhere, but he's not hit any heights anywhere. So I'd rather not take a chance on this kid. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I hear it to an extent. I mean, the only difference is Chelsea not interested in a loan. They want to buy, and they are seeing him as the equivalent value to Alejandro Garnacho. So,
Well,
I would.
if let's say they're happy for us to take him on loan with an obligation to buy, as long as that obligation to buy is 25 million, just like Jadon Sancho's, then we can do a deal. We can do a deal. Yeah, you're getting Jadon Sancho for 25 million pounds. Yeah, uh, as long as we don't get relegated or whatever, you can put that relegation clause in there. As long as we don't get relegated or whatever, Christopher Nkunku for 25 million pounds, and all we have to do is cover his 105 million pound wages. No problem. No problem. No problem. Like, the
I
way I see
mean,
it is he's more suited to Ruben Amorim's football anyway. He's
an
more.
obligation to buy at 70 million pounds for Christian Nkunku.
No, I
I
didn't say
mean,
nothing about paying 70 million pound. I said 25 million pound.
oh
The
no, they don't
equivalent to
want
the
that, bro.
Jadon Sancho
They
deal.
no, I'm just telling you, they don't want that. They want
Oh
70 million, bro.
then forget about it. No one's gonna buy. No one's gonna spend 70 million on Nkunku. You might as well keep him until he's got a year left on his deal, 6 months left on his deal, and then he can leave for free. But the idea that someone's gonna go in there and spend 75 million pounds when you've got the likes of Joker, who's valued at around about 63 million pound, like, I don't see how this is making any sense. You got Cunha, the likes of Cunha, valued at 60 million pounds. So there's players that are doing it now, that are favoured now by by their respective clubs, that we can go in and get for cheaper. So Chelsea are definitely having a laugh. So even though I'm pretty sure that that would not be his valuation if push comes to shove, if you're asking me, oh, do you want Christopher Nkunku for 70 million pounds? Hell no. No, I don't. Certainly do not. Because once you start going into that threshold of prices, then we're not shopping in the cheap section, we're shopping in the expensive section. So we have to make sure that we're not getting finessed. You know, like when your parents come to you and say, oh yeah, Mark, I'm trying to get a laptop, and then they go and get some slow, dusty laptop for a high price. We're not trying to do none of that. We're not
No,
trying to
this
do
is the
none of that.
thing. But you see, here my thing, right, with the Christopher Nkunku. Now, this season so far, in all competition, he has, I'm gonna get it right, to 13 goals, 4 assists, all competitions, right? 2 goals, 1 assist in the Premier League, 1 goal in the FA Cup, 5 goals, 3 assists in the Conference League, 3 goals in the FL Cup, 2 goals in the UCL qualification round, right? Last season, he had 3 goals in the Premier League, and that was that for last season because he was injured most of the season last season. But he's fit now. And for me, I hear it. I wanted to get Christopher Nkunku before we bought Mason Mount because I was like, you know, he does prefer that kind of pressing role, and he good off the ball, he can score goals, he can play the attacking role. So I wanted Christopher Nkunku before. But for me now, it's one of those things like Mr. B saying about Ansu Fati, with all due respect to Nkunku. I just feel like the injuries now piling up so much that it's taken away from his performance of a player. And I don't really think, you know, I'm not too sure if he might be able to get back to those heights. But at the same time, it's like we're taking another Chelsea reject.
Do
And
do
the only
do we
way to
need
get him,
do we need him to get back to them heights though? Do we need to have someone on loan for 6 months to get back to them heights? Do we
well, I
need
mean,
it?
he's not option for a loan. So there's the problem. So it's
Okay.
like I would loan Fatty. I wouldn't really buy him. I think
I wouldn't
Barcelona.
even loan him. I wouldn't even loan him. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Why loan Fatty? He's fucking shit. Like the link pisses me off. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. The link pisses me off. Yeah, if
Mm.
we are waiting for this man to come in on deadline day, I'm breaking this phone, bro. Like, don't tell me we're signing ads. Don't be, bro. I don't want to hear
Brother.
nobody tell me we're signing this brother. This brother is abject shit. Yeah, I don't want to hear nobody telling me we're signing him. And then the advert, bruv. Anybody who's trying to tell me sign Ansu Fati is admitting treason, bruv. Anybody
Hey,
who's
bro,
trying to
listen.
tell me to sign Ansu Fati is an enemy of the states, bruv. Yeah, bruv. I don't want to hear none of this propaganda. This is bullshit. This is bullshit.
Bro, listen. I'm not suggesting it, bro. Understand what I'm saying? I'm just considering that, listen, right? I just move in with the times. Yeah, I don't understand.
Moving with the times.
You know what I say?
Oh my god. You man are
Bro,
trying to give
listen,
heart
right?
attacks out tonight.
I just try to figure, I just try to, but listen, right? I mean, I looking at deals we could afford, right? I just looking for some deals we could afford, bro, because realistically, bro, it's like we can't afford to do nothing because nothing is happening. You know what I mean? So I looking at it like, bro, we want Rashford gone. They were Ansu Fati on loan. If Ansu Fati go on loan, Rashford gone. We could
Bro,
get Rashford gone.
I rather play Harry Amas in the 10, bro.
Well, brother, listen, I'm not saying we do have to
I
play
rather play
Fati.
Harry
But if
Amas
we
in the
take him
10.
on loan, so Rashford could go on loan to Barcelona, right? Just hear me. We facilitating Rashford to go on loan. Whether he come on or he play as a bench player, we just
So why are we
facilitating
giving
Rashford loan.
Barcelona the better deal then? Is Rashford not better than Ansu Fati?
Yeah, but I mean, listen, here how I looking at it, right? Think about it from this perspective. He go there, all happy, does our madness, they buy him 40, 50
Is it
million
along with
pounds.
an obligation to buy? This because you can't
That's
be
for Marcus, yeah. They're writing in our obligation to buy, but they need to
okay.
facilitate a move for Ansu Fati. So if we
And
take
what? So
Ansu
what? Where?
Fati,
What? So we got an obligation to buy Fatty.
no, just a loan, bro. Him. You know,
Oh,
if
this is bullshit.
the obligation to buy Barcelona have written into the loan for Rashford. That's what we try to seal into the loan. But they need to move Fati on so they can make it happen. Yeah, man. Now, I willing to bet money that Rashford will go there and have a worldie, right? He will score at least 15, 20 goals. Everybody will be excited. They will come in to spend money for him in the summer, right? Or somebody in Spain will spend a 30, 40, 50 million pound maybe for him in the summer, pure profit. Now, if we had to spend, let's say, 500,000 to $1 million to have Fati come in on loan to facilitate that move, you wouldn't do it, bro?
No,
It's just a question.
no. You're basically telling me, why don't I give you a shiny horse and then I'm gonna give you a horse with a broken leg and then expect that this horse is gonna win the derby, yeah? Expect that this horse is gonna win the Grand National, yeah? Like it's
No, but
not
that's not what I'm
going to
saying. You're not hearing me. What I'm saying is this, right?
brother,
I don't
three-legged
expect
horse.
the horse
You're
to do
offering a
anything.
three-legged
Listen,
horse, bro.
no, listen, man. You're not understanding. It's like flipping money, right? I say if I sacrifice 1 million to make 50, right, with a gamble, this is a gamble here. I taking Ansu Fati for a mil and we loaning Rashford with the obligation. Betting on Rashford to enjoy it in Spain, have a big performance,
Yeah,
and we get 50 million, 40 to 50 million in return for that. All the
bro.
while we have just invested 1 million and we just made 50.
I
I
know
don't
you're.
see how that's such a bad deal in that perspective, because that's what I was thinking about.
I know you feel like you're sounding like some evil genius there. Why don't we get rid of Rashford and we can do this and that? The problem is with what you're saying is when Fatty wants to do Luke Shaw settings,
I call
when
me
Fatty
John
wants to
Jimmy
do
Neutron
Mason Mount settings,
enemy as bro.
when they want to do Luke Shaw and Mason Mount settings for us, yeah, then what? Because at the end of the day, you can't get rid of Alejandro Garnacho and Rashford and then rely on Fatty. Do you think Fatty's body can handle the Premier League
Bro,
week in,
you're
week out
mistaken. You're
playing for
mistaken. Miss
Amarin,
something. Yeah,
running
hold
like
on.
a dog?
Calm
Do you
down,
think he
calm
can
down.
handle that?
Hold on. You mistake something. I'm not planning to depend on Fatty, right?
So
Hear
who you
me.
planning to depend on?
No,
Ericsson.
listen. I depend on
Who?
me right now, as it stands. I hoping that Garnacho don't sell. That way
But
we
he
get.
will sell. He will sell.
I
He's
hoping he
gone.
don't go right now, just until the end of the season. For now, just
No,
for
he's
now.
gone. He's gone.
Because
He's
here
gone.
why. I don't see if we lose. I don't see how many players we lose when we go and bring back in to facilitate. So realistically, I just want Fatty to play 20 minutes a game, bro. To be honest, it's more likely I just trying to invest in Rashford going in the summer for 15 mil. So it's not about why depending on because
Again,
hopefully the
it's
players
almost
he's
like
starting
stepping. It's
will do
almost
the
like
job.
it's almost like stepping over pounds to collect pennies. Yeah, because what's going to happen is um,
You're stepping
Chelsea
over pennies
or
to collect pounds.
yeah, because what's going to happen? No, well, what's going to happen is Chelsea is going to offer that 60 million pure profit. You're going to say what? No,
No,
like
if they
what?
offer
In
it,
order
bro,
to
bro,
get
you
rid
ain't
of
hear me, you ain't
Rashford.
hear me. You're not hearing me, bro. If they offer it, cool. Forget that for now. Because if they offer it, I will accept it. 60
Well,
million pounds, we need it.
They're
But what
fixing to
I'm
offer
saying
it. So
is, I still want to get Rashford gone. So if I had to invest 1 million, I hear for it, bro. I hear for it. I will do it. I would take Fatty on loan for 6 months just so Rashford could go to Barcelona, bro. Just so that in the summer, I know he will be worth 40 to 50 million pounds for sure. He gone done, deal done early.
why stop there? Why don't we just re-sign Roy Keane and
No, why are we resigning Roy Keane, bro? Come on, bro.
like why stop now? But that's what I'm saying. You're advocating to sign Fatty, so
I'm
why
not
don't we
advocating to sell Rashford, but we need to advertise him. We need to put him in a situation where he's happy, he's not under this environment that keeping him down. Because apparently, for me, he's being kept down at Man United right now. He
I
can't find
rather
his way to
I
show
rather
good form.
I rather bring Paul Scholes out of retirement again. I rather bring Ryan Giggs out of retirement than sign Ansu Fati. I rather bring
I just
Beckham out of
I just
retirement
trying to
than
make
sign
money,
Ansu Fati.
bro. I just trying to make some money for the club in a creative way so we can fund big sales in the summer, bro. You know
Bro,
what I mean?
big step. Barcelona is not the only game in town. If they can't afford Marcus Rashford, it's better they don't take him, as far as I'm
But
concerned.
they are the only one who offering to take him.
Bro, bro, you know what that's like, yeah? That's like, yeah, you have a rental property and then you get brothers who you know have a volatile job, who may have a job tomorrow and may not, who has a job today but may not have a job tomorrow. The job thing is not guaranteed, but then the rent that you have is fairly expensive and you're taking a gamble on them because you're like, oh well, they're the first people to show interest. That's like, bro, like you're gonna spend a lot in trying to get these bastards out of your house. Yeah. So
Bro,
why bring them in there in the first
bro,
place?
listen. This dude coming on a 6-month loan. By the time he gone, Rashford gone, 50 million in the bank, right? Added pure profit, bro. To plus the 27 to come from how we name. What's his name? Jaden Sancho. 77. That is the price. We walk into Sporting Lisbon. Here, thank you very much. Add 30 million and we will take the Monday too. 100 million deal, pounds. Take it or leave it. That works out to something like 120 euros. Take it. They will take it. We going with 100 plus. Give me Diamade. Give me this guy.
But you
Gyökeres.
think other teams won't be? I'm sure there's teams around Europe that will take Ansu Fati, though.
I'm
I'm
not
sure.
saying no. Hear me out, bro. I sure it have teams would. But at the current
So why
scheme,
do we
today's the
need to take him?
25th. Hear me.
So
Today's
why do we
25th.
need to take him?
Well, today's the 25th, bro. And on the 3rd, the window closes, right? So I am saying if we want to try something creative, we temporarily is like we facilitating ourselves advertising Rashford to sell for 50 million in the summer in an environment that he's going to thrive in because it's Spain, it's warm, it's nice, it's got hot weather, everything is amazing. He's going to thrive, right? Good advertisement, playing for Barcelona, score some goals here, playing Champions League, bang, bang, bang. You know, he scored a big winner for them in some game. Oh, everybody's seen it. Hey, Rashford is back. You know, 50 million in the banking. And all we spent was $1 million on Fatty for 6 months because here we're going out. We needed to sell. And we need an advertiser. And that's what Barcelona become an advertiser. Simple advertisement.
This is the same sort of thinking that got the Woodward and all these other guys sacked. This is
Not
the
really.
thinking.
I
This
mean,
is the
not
thinking.
really. Look at it from this perspective.
We can do this and that, and we're gonna sell this shirt and that shirt and blah blah. Nah, man, this is not
Bro,
football,
listen,
bro.
it's
This is
like
not
Anthony.
football.
It's like the
This is
situation with Anthony, bro. We sent Anthony on loan to Betis. Betis needed him. They wanted him. Betis didn't want Rashford, bro. You understand? They come in for Anthony, they're paying 84% of his wages. That is more money than Dortmund, than a lot of clubs was offering to take Rashford on loan. They done already was looking to pay almost all, which is more than 150,000 a week. Right? Now Rashford is 375k. Granted, but Real Betis is a tiny club. But what I'm saying is not much clubs, even clubs who could afford him, willing to come in right now. And if one club like Barca willing to take him on full wages, right, with an obligation to buy any contract, and all we need to facilitate this move is 1 mil. 1 mil, bro. And loan a player who could probably come in 10, 20 minutes and create an assist or two in 10 games, maybe, or 3. You never know. We're not saying he coming here to be dependent on as a starter or anything like that. We just facilitating a sale. And we winning. We are winning, bro.
we're not winning, man.
How are we not winning and we getting $50 million in the summer?
Because we still have to think about this season. Yeah, at the end of the day, yeah. No, you're not. You're not thinking about
So
this
we never go
season.
and get the 50 mil then. Because in the summer,
fuck the money.
even if he
Fuck the
remain here,
money.
bro,
Fuck the
we're not
money.
getting 50 mil.
No, fuck the money. Yeah, we have to
Nah,
think
done
about
that.
this season. We have to think about this season. Yes,
Nah, I
we
know
have
that,
to.
bro.
We have to. We have to. We have to think about.
Forget that. We lost.
We're not gonna win none of these trophies that we're chasing. You know, we have to think about.
That's exactly why we need the money in the summer, bro. Because if we don't win, listen, man.
We can get the money. We can get the money. Imagine, let's say we get the money. Yeah, we get the 50 million that you're talking about in the summer. Yeah. All right, cool. We get the money, but then we don't get the Champions League. We don't get the European Cup. We don't get none of that. Yeah. So then, what's the point of the 50 mil? Where are we going with 50 mil? Like, what is the point of it? If we don't get no European football, if we don't get no European football,
let me make it make sense.
Who cares about that 50 mil?
Let me tell you why it makes sense. Let me tell you why that 50 million really important. Because that 50 million will allow us to spend 100. Right?
It
that 50 million
matter.
impacts FFP in a multiple of times too.
But we're gonna get more money. We're gonna get more money for being in the Champions League. We're gonna make more money than that.
We're not getting no Champions League this season, bro. That you trying to say, okay?
Well, we're not this season, not this season. But if we're able to get it for next season and we're lining it up for next season,
so
then
who going to help us
that
get Champions League, Marcus Rashford? Or?
What I'm saying is, yeah. At the end of the day, yeah, all they have to do is be motivated for one cup game. I am not looking to Ansu Fati to say, go and win us the cup, bro. Like,
so you
I'm not looking to
Rashford to go and win the cup?
I can look to Rashford because he's already shown in the past that he doesn't have to be motivated for most of the games. But there will be one or two games that are very important that he may be motivated for. So I'd
bro.
rather take my chances on a
All right,
player that has
okay,
a
all
proven
right,
track
cool.
record of getting motivated every once in a blue moon, rather than going to get an injury prone
But you see,
guy
you
who
thinking about
can't
it in the
play
perspective
for
as he coming to
Brighton.
replace Rashford, and that's not the perspective we're talking about.
But I'm talking
Listen,
about now,
yeah,
because
but
at the end of
that
the
do
day,
see, but
you're
here what
talking.
going
Wait,
on.
wait,
I
you're
hear
talking
you in the
about.
now, but the now not
No, you're
making
forgetting the now. You're forgetting the now. You're forget.
because that okay here, right? You're not understanding. Look at this comment here. PSR. I want you to hear me out carefully while I'm saying this 50 million important, bro. Because whether we get Champions League or not, bro, that 150 million again from Champions League or 130, whatever it is, bro, half of it will not be going to PSR. And that half we're going to PSR is not even worth half of what our 50 million going to be worth to the PSR level.
we could
So you're
still
not
sell
hearing me.
players.
You're not hearing me. You want to spend 300 million in the summer. Keep telling man them all they want to spend money in the summer. We
It
need to
doesn't
provide
matter.
room to
You're
spend in
going
the
on
summer.
like Barca's the
You're not
only team
hearing me,
that will
bro.
take
Forget
Rashford.
Barca.
You're going.
You see, you keep talking about it in the perspective where you're not bothered, really. I'm not bothered either. But in this perspective, bro, it's
No, I'm just saying
important
the deal
to
that you're
impact
offering is a
PSR.
bad deal.
We will
It's a bad
never
deal.
sell Rashford, bro. So we will never have the PSR room to buy no one if we don't start selling now. If we don't prepare to succeed in the summer, we will fail drastically, bro. That is what we're talking about. And if man them feel like in the summer, we go and get 40, 50 million for Rashford, bro, it's not happening. We're not even going to get 25 king. So if all they're willing to sell Rashford for 20, 25 million and hold a loss on wages, I'm fine with it, bro.
Bruv,
Because
then lower the
realistically,
Rashford money. Then lower the Rashford money then.
bro, if
As
they
far
sell
as I'm
him,
concerned.
we still lost him because when we sell him, we had to pay off his contract. I just want all of everybody to remember that this is the contracts these brothers signed under Muto on these boys.
They're
If the
not
cut
gonna
before,
sign him for 50
listen to me.
million pounds. They're
Okay,
not
here,
going
man.
to sign him
You're
for
not
50
hearing, man.
million.
Here, you're not hearing, man. Okay. Rashford have 2 more years on his contract, right? After the summer. 2, right? Let's hear me. 375k is 24 million a year. Something like that, right? Now, 24 million a year times 2 is 48 million pounds, right? That's what we had to pay Rashford when we sell him for 20 million pounds or 25 million pounds. Because if a club not taking him on his wages and we had to sell him for small money, we had to pay off that contract. I just want all the men them to know that's what's going on in Rashford contract. Just like what went on with Scott McTominay. We're going to have to pay off the rest of that contract for him to go his way, apart from the wages. So it mightn't be 40 million, but it will damn near be somewhere between 10 and 20 million we're going to have to pay Rashford. So we're not going to make no money at all. So when Rashford is gone, it's 33 million that he say. 33 million. So just imagine, when Rashford is gone, bro, we're not making no money on the sale at all. So the 25 million we get for him in the summer, right? When they keep him to play 1 game a week in the cup, brother, we done. Because that impact on PSR, we don't have it.
I don't know if that's written into his contract at all. I don't
It
know
is
that.
written
And
into all the.
plus
They said it in the summer.
Rashford is a youth team player. So
So
the
was Scott
idea,
McTominay.
so whatever we make from him is pure profit. So the whole idea that we're gonna make a loss on Rashford is
Bro,
bullshit.
you're not hearing me, no.
It's
I
bullshit.
feel
We're
like
not
you're not
gonna make no
listening to the
loss on him.
mathematics here. I feel like
No, I
you're not
heard
hearing
what
me.
you said,
Hold
but
on.
we're not going to make a loss on Rashford selling it.
How are we not going to make a loss, bro? If you're
Like
selling for
how
24
will we?
million, hear me. If you're selling for 24 million, right? And you have 2 years left, and depending on the wages, the wages, let me just say they cover, let me say the club who buying them, paying them 200k. So there's 175k a week missing from his salary for the next 2 years. You
Yeah,
have
but
to
that's
pay
got
that as
nothing.
Man United. Hear
No,
me?
we don't. That's up
Yes,
to
you
him.
do.
If
You
he,
have
if
to.
he,
It's in
if
his contract. It in all the
how do you know?
United players'
How
contract.
do
It was
you bring
announced
up
in the
his
summer.
bring up his contract? Let's see. Let's read it.
Bro, they announced it in the summer. All the United players with pre-given contracts before Ineos will sign contracts that said that they have to be paid if they don't get paid. If their contract have to be sold, they have to be bought out if they don't get the same wages as our next club. It's why we have to pay off Scott McTominay, bro. Scott McTominay is on nothing wages, King. That's why we made a profit. Because he was on like 40k a week or something like that. So when you multiply it, we just pay Scott McTominay a fraction. Bro, that is mad. You have to pay off the 2 years. Watch it. Of his contract. His contract is 33.6 mil at this moment, which needs to be paid for. You understand what I'm saying? So imagine we sell him for 25 million pounds, bro. Bro, we're not making a profit on Marcus Rashford, King. And this is what I'm trying to explain. It don't work like he just sell and the money disappear from where we were supposed to be paying him on a monthly salary, bro. It don't disappear like that.
Well, it is what it is. Sometimes you have to take a loss. It's probably better than getting rid of him for free.
You're not hearing me. When we take that loss, that go to MFP. Hold on. You want to spend in the summer. Where is the money? Okay, we'll end up with $500 million to spend. But we can only spend
we got less. We're not spending the money on his wages no more. So how?
Because we lost on the sale. Because the money we have to pay him off was more than we sold him for. So therefore, we then had nothing coming. So picture it, when Marcus leave, it basically he left for free. Because that's basically what happened.
No, because you'd only have to pay the difference. You won't have to pay up. You'd only have to pay whatever the difference is.
The difference in his contract
if they're gonna pay him 250, if they're gonna pay him 250, we only have to pay. If we're gonna have to pay, we only have to pay the rest, right? And the rest, all right, cool. We might take a little loss on it, but it's not like.
Okay, but you're not hearing me. All right, here, man, let me explain it again. If he gain 250 a week, let's just say hypothetically the balance is 10 million. Here, man, 10 million, right? We sell Rashford for 25 million, let's just say, right? And we pay off his contract, right? Let's just say 10 million is at best, 10, 15 million. Then you subtract that from the 25 million you sell him for, because that's what we're paying out. So basically now we get 10 million pounds for Rashford, right? Now that 10 million pounds will double to 20 million. Okay, look. He make it, even if it's 14.5 million, it will be the balance. So let's just say we have 10 million pounds left. That's 20 million pounds of headroom to sell for FFP, right? Now we already, let's just say we have a headroom of 100 million. That's 120 million you're allowed to spend before you receive sanctions for FFP. So now, if we sell Anthony in the summer, right, for 40 million, we have a loss of something like 60 million, right? Now, the first 2 years, they'll wipe out. The first 2 year seasons at the club, they'll wipe that. So the rest of his contract will be accrued onto FFP in a negative balance. So let's say it's another 20, 30 million minus. So from having 120 million headroom, you now have 95 million headroom to spend, right? And so forth for every player we have to take a loss on, it will impact FFP negatively. Every player, Casemiro going to be a 30 million loss, minus another 20 million off a headroom. 75 million is what you're allowed to spend in the summer. How we going to survive? How we going to get 8 players?
I think this is the part of football that I don't give a shit about. I am a fan. Yeah, I am a Manchester United fan. I am not a fan / accountant / businessman / promotional expert /
he much better at explaining this than I am, bro. Roger, if you're there, use the man to explain this, you know. I mean, realistically, as a fan,
it's not really the explanation part for me, because one thing I'll tell you is, yeah, I'm a fan. I don't care about all of this, yeah. I just care about the simple things, yeah. You know, like the iPhone is very simple. It's not technical. Yeah, anyone could just pick it up and use it. That's what I care about. I don't care about the intricacies of somebody's contract and what he's doing and rare tear. I don't care. All I care about is the results and the performances on the pitch. The minute I have to now start wrapping my head around, but the FFP and the PSR and but if we buy this, we're gonna be in trouble, and I need to be worried and have anxiety because the club might be breaking rules and the club's flying too close to Pierre. I don't care. Yeah. The people who have been employed by Jim Radcliffe need to do their job. the people who are already at the club, the existing people, the people who are part of the hierarchy and the structure, they need to know what they're doing in order to get the best out of the players on the pitch and in order to bring the deals in that we need. We don't need to be focusing on this bullshit. That's got nothing to do with us, yeah? There are people at the club making millions of pounds a year that it's their job to tackle all these things. Our job is to say, when it goes tits up, we need to lead the inquest as to, do we have the right people at the club, running the club, blah, blah, blah. Other than that, we need to be sitting down and thinking about how we're going to beat Fulham, not fucking trying to do some
I mean,
accounting shit
I
and bring
hear
some
you. Yeah.
shit players to the club, yeah?
Big
Bring
up,
some
broski.
shit
Thanks.
players to the club,
Anytime,
yeah?
bro.
In order to do a sweetheart
Safe
deal for
journey.
Barcelona, is this what we've turned into? A team where every single team around Europe here can bend us over and go inside with no loop every single year. Like, is this what we need to be doing in order to get shit done? I don't care about this PSR and I don't care, bruv. I just want to
I
see
mean,
good players
this
come
is.
to
I
my club.
agree with you on that. Yeah, 100%. I don't think this is a conversation we should be even be discussing, because realistically, we should be discussing how we go and win, and who we could spend 100 million for the next player, because we are Man United. But we're in a situation now where the reality is, bro, all these things happening, and wanting to buy players, we have to think about how we go and do it. Because we could want, and that's cool and all. But then, bro, like, we literally, bro, we just talking about a fantasy, because us wanting and wanting, not really saying that it's possible that it go and happen, because it not. In a sense, it could be worse. And there's the problem. It's like, I don't even want to be the song, like, if I trying to say, well, it's alarming and this and that, bro. You know how I is, bro. It's the most positive dude on the planet when it comes to Man United. I will predict a win every week. I will hope for us to sign. I wanted us to sign Marmoush. And I watching Man City game tonight, not because I wanted to, but man, everybody talking about it, so I said I'm watching the game. And this Marmoush guy creating problems. The guy engine is immense. The man was part of everything that was the nightmare at Chelsea today. He should have had about 2 goals in the game, to be honest. He could have had 2 goals in him or more, but didn't. So I just looking at it, why we can't do things like that, bro. And the reason why we can't do things like that is because we financially in the shits, bro. We financially screwed. And I don't want to say that. I don't even want to feel like that, bro. But that's the reality that we're in right now. And as much as we might say, bro, then we just say this every season, bro. But right about now, bro, you're actually seeing the effects of things that saying, hey, bro, this club does not function how it normally does function. Even when you go to Old Trafford, bro, you could see it. You could see it, bro. So it's one of those things for me, bro, like, it's disappointing, bro, depressing. Because, bro, I used to dream every day about coming to watch a football game at Old Trafford, bro. I would never have dreamed that when I started watching games, the next thing I've been worried about is that we could go into receivership because of that. You know, if we get relegated, we could lose the name Manchester United. I don't want to be thinking about these things, bro. Now, I haven't seen any, bro, but yeah, we know that there was that problem. It was real. You know what I mean? But at the same time, yeah, bro, like, I want us to go and get the best players and rebuild the squad as fast as possible. But you feel I don't want to spend 130 million and get 2 players? I know we're getting world class. You feel I don't want to go on big boy Man United and set up players and little boy Arsenal and Liverpool for top players? That's what I love to see. But right now, bro,
No,
the money in, money in.
sometimes in life, sometimes in life, you gotta cut your coat according to your size. If you know that, okay, cool, you haven't really got the money to shop at Harrods in Knightsbridge, then you just have to say, do you know what? I'll shop in Primark for a little while, but it doesn't mean that I have to buy some bullshit in Primark. Yeah, I can buy some stuff in Primark that I can get away with, like some boxers or white t-shirt or something like that. Like, I don't need to go and spend crazy money on stuff that ain't gonna serve me, that's gonna get my ass kicked, yeah. At the end of the day, that's not gonna perform. So at the end of the day, bro, how are Brighton doing it? They're signing guys for like 3 and 4 million and then selling them for 100 million. So please, like, it's not like it's undoable. It's doable. It's just that it's like last season, as an example, Man United were focused on not trying to overpay for players, which is why they got a good deal on De Ligt, which is why they got a good deal on Mazraoui, which is why they got a good deal on Joshua Zirkzee. Joshua Zirkzee, even though he's not my ideal striker, in no way, shape, or form did I believe that they overpaid for him.
Facts.
However, so if we want to sell him, it's not like we're going to take any crazy hits on him, because we can most probably get our money back. And if he scores a few goals, we can probably get maybe a little bit more. It's not out of the realms of possibility.
Oh no, I was talking more about the deadwood, bro. Not like the new guys who just come in this summer. I
No,
feel
but
like
I'm just giving an example. I'm just giving an example that because of the money that we spent on them, even when it comes to selling them, it's not like you're going to take a crazy loss. You could probably even make a little bit more money because of the money that was spent. So, as far as I'm concerned, right, we're supposed to carry on. We're supposed to continue in the vein of buying players for reasonable prices. Now, where you're gonna buy players for the higher end prices is, I believe, the higher end players are supposed to come down the spine of the team. When you're building a spine of the team, there's no two ways about it. You're going to spend money. So, as an example, if you're going to get a central centre back, if it's one of the top world central centre backs, you're going to pay money. If you're going to go and get a top level central midfielder, you're going to pay money. If you're going to go and get a top level centre forward, you're going to pay money. If you're going to get a developmental centre forward, you can get away with not spending the most amount of money because it's a developmental player. Any developmental player, it doesn't really matter if they're centre forward or not. You don't really have to spend the most amount of money. But when you're going down the middle of your team, from goalkeeper to central defender to central midfielder to striker, or even in our case number 10, because we're congested in the middle areas, right? We're very congested in that sense. So if we're gonna build a proper spine, we need to spend money. We can't
yeah,
do it
but
on the
there's a
cheap.
problem. There's a problem. No, all I'm saying is, while we could talk about following Brighton's transfer model, and in reality, Brighton is follow United's transfer strategy. I don't know if people don't know, but Man United have the main scouting network out of England across the world. Most clubs piggyback off of the scouting network of Man United. Most clubs have scouts who work for Man United scouts. And so it's not about following their transfer strategy. The problem is that at Brighton, they don't have the expectation to win games. They're not a big club. There's no pressure. No one is have them on the back pages of the news when they lose games. Unless they lose to a big team or they beat a big team like Man United. It's not something that they have to deal with. So they could buy and they could shop for young talent all over the world, and they will get them at a small price because who are Brighton? Just a club in the Premier League. And they never won the Premier League. What have they won in England besides the championship? Probably, if they won it, I don't know. They've done nothing. They're no one. So when they go to purchase people not looking at them like they have money to spend or they have any reputation to uphold. When Man United go to the table, it's different. Brother, we need to do some more of those sessions, bro. Big up. But so what I'm saying is that while I would like us to do good business, we have to be able to do the business. And exactly what you're saying there is how I just look at it. You bring in players for reasonable prices around the pitch. The spine is where you spend the big money, because that's the spine. That's the keeping your foundation solid. But we don't have the facilitation to even build that proper spine, because time you spend 70 million or 150 million, yeah, you don't hit PSR, you're gonna get a 6-point deduction or whatnot. and some
Fuck the
fines.
6 point. I will take the 6 point
I
deduction.
would too. Hear
I will
me.
take
I
if we
agree.
build the team, properly, yeah, and they say, okay, they say the next season we're hit with a 6 point deduction. I don't even mind. You know why I don't mind that? Because if it means, yeah, that okay, we started the league, yeah, with two game losses already, right? To me, that's a minor. Why I say that is because if we're able to play the football we're supposed to play, then I'll take that 6 point loss all day because I know that there's still a possibility because they're not taking the games away from us, they're just taking the points away from us. So I know that we still have a chance of achieving Champions League football, whether it's by winning a cup or it's by winning points in the league, right? So we still have chances as long as the team is the correct team. The problem is we're scared of these rules. No one else ain't scared of these fucking rules. No, none of these other teams ain't scared of these rules. It's only the Glazers that keep promoting the propaganda of PSR, PSR. I don't give a shit. Just spend the money that we have, yeah. Spend it, yeah. Get who we're supposed to get because you guys have created this mess by sacking the people who you're supposed to be, who you brought in, who spent most of their time on gardening leave. And nah, I don't even care. I don't even care. Just bring the
I hear
players
you.
in. I
But hear
don't
this,
care.
right? So let
I
me ask
don't
you a
care.
question. Minus 20 points. We get the spine, everything built, minus 20 points to start the season. We're saying.
I'm here for it, bro. I'm here for it.
Dice it
Because
here,
to
bro.
me,
Stand on business.
because to me, yeah, as long as we get 40 points, yeah, we're not getting relegated, right? So all I know is that we just have to aim to
For
get
60
40
points.
points. So we
You
just
got to
need
get
to get
60
60
points.
points. Yeah, that's it. So I don't give a shit
Like
about no
20
20
games, you know,
points.
bro.
If
You got to
if
win
we go and
20.
get bro, if we go and get some bad boys, yeah, we go and get some bad boys down the spine of that team. So from striker all the way to goalkeeper, we're secured, yeah, and we violated FFP. I don't give a shit because I know when you lot come to Old Trafford, you lot don't want that smoke with us. You don't.
I
You
hear it,
don't.
bro, but
You know
60
that if you
points
come
is...
Old Trafford, you ain't getting no points, bruv. You know it. Yeah. You're gonna be defending for 90 minutes and we're just gonna be going at you the whole game. So I don't care, bruv. The problem that we have is we don't have the players. So we can't keep like we're in no man's land right now.
Yeah.
We're trying to balance FFP whilst dealing with abject shit at the club. We're going nowhere. It's either
And
you
this
rip
is
the
why...
band-aid off now, and say, fuck it, it is what it is, yeah? I'm gonna take the
Or
point.
we sell the
Or
club to
you
owners who can afford to change the
or
situation.
you keep getting bent over by other clubs, overpaying for every player you see. You keep getting bent over by Barcelona, and Barcelona saying, "No, forget the lube. Forget the lube. We'll just go in there raw, yeah." And we keep taking it,
Pause,
taking it.
bro.
We're bleeding, yeah. And at the end
Bro,
of the
that
day,
real I'm thinking. That real.
we're still not gonna win the league. We're still not gonna win the league, bro. We're still not gonna win any trophies, bro, because of the way that we've decided to grow this club. Yeah, we're
Brother,
still,
I'm
and
telling you
that
now,
I'm
right?
not trying to get Ansu Fati, bro. I
I
reject that.
was
I
automatic, bro.
reject that,
I
bro.
apologize.
I reject
I
that, bro.
apologize, right? But a 20-point deduction is mad, King. I hear it. I honestly, bro, like I will sit with it in the sense that if we went and
So
do
are
that
you
crazy
telling
business,
me, yeah? Are
no,
you
hear
telling
me, hear me.
me?
Calm down,
Hold
calm
on. Are you telling me if they bring some solid world class players to this team, yeah, all throughout the spine, from goalkeeper all the way to striker, but the only caveat is they told you 20-point reduction, yeah, 20-point reduction, yeah,
deduction.
yeah. That's the only caveat. But in your head, you can kind of see how other teams don't want to play Manchester United with that sort of team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I
Would
for
you
it.
not? Would
I
you not
hear
take that?
you. I agree. I for it, you know. I just
Well,
saying
bruv,
for
bearing in
me,
mind, we already know as a fan base we're not going to win the league with this current squad. We know it.
true, but bro,
So you won't sacrifice that, knowing that you're gonna have a better team to watch, knowing that you're gonna enjoy every single game next season.
bro, I
Or is
hear
that
it.
20 points
I'm
too
not
much for
saying I
you?
won't do it, bro. I'm just saying it's sounding pretty deep right now. I'm just saying, based on the current team we have and the current state of affairs, it sounds pretty deep. Now, I'm not saying I won't take the risk. I'm a kind of
Bruv,
risk
imagine
taker.
Manchester United scoring goals. Yeah, we're not going from game to game thinking, "Rah, where the goals gonna come from?" We've got strikers. We're not going from game to game thinking, but the midfield. No, we've got midfielders. We're not going from game to game thinking, yeah, but like this player, we should play this player in the 10. No, we've got tens.
No,
We've
but
got
we're
two
going
tens
from
and they're
game to
sick.
game knowing that
We've got two tens and they're balling out. Yeah.
but
Would you
bro,
not take that? Would you not
I
take
would.
that and take the 20-point deduction, knowing that when Chelsea rock up to Old Trafford, 3-0. When Man City rock up to Old Trafford, 3-0. When Arsenal rock up to Old Trafford, 3-0. When Liverpool rock up to Old Trafford, 3-0. You won't take that.
Bro,
You won't
I
take
want
that.
some of that gasoline, bro. I
Bruv,
swear, I want some of
I will
that
take
gas,
that in
bro.
a heartbeat, yeah.
I want some of
I'll
that
take that
gas.
in a heartbeat
I
rather
want
than
some of
taking
that gas.
Ansu Fati. Rather than taking Ansu Fati, bruv. I getting bent over with no lube. I'll take that in a heartbeat, bruv. Yeah. Rather than trying to buy players that are shit or whatever it is, I'll take that in a heartbeat, bruv. I'll take
Bro,
that in a heartbeat. Bruv, at the end
I
of the
hear that
day,
gas.
are you lot not sick of the football that you watch week in, week out?
Yeah,
Week
but
in,
bro,
week out. Are
listen,
you lot not sick of this?
I am,
Or is
bro,
it
but
only
here
me?
we're
Is it
going on,
only
right?
me? Is it only me that thinks that Brighton is a better football team than us? Is it only me that thinks Newcastle, Nottingham Forest,
I don't think there's
Fulham?
a better team. I just think right now in
Bruv,
this moment the
they're
performing better.
bruv. Well, okay, you watch the game tomorrow and tell me, like, bruv, we played Southampton the other day. They bopped us off the park until the last fucking 10 minutes, bruv. They bopped us off the park.
Bro, I hear that. And I feel bro, I should never talk about Fatty, you know, bro. I just thought it might be a creative way to make 50 million in the summer as a suggestion, but I ended up pissing off the
Nah,
fan
bro.
base.
Nah, bro.
Bro, you know what? I don't know what's going to go on, right? But I predict, guys that get in the chat, what's your score predictions to tomorrow? Of course, we all know, it's going to be a tough one for Manchester United. We don't expect a walk in the park. Of course, we've played Fulham earlier on the season. It wasn't the best game of all, and we are away. Fulham are strong at Craven Cottage. This is our predicted lineup. Joshua Zirkzee would lead the line. Ericsson, Bruno, Ugarte, Casemiro in the midfield. Dalot, Ahmad on the wing back roles. Martinez, Maguire, and Mazraoui in the back three. Alta Bayende starts in goal. I don't know if that might be the lineup, but it's just something that we would like to see. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts in the comments? We have a game tomorrow. We'll be here for the watch along. What are your predictions? Please drop them in the chat. Let us know what you think, how you feel. Of course, there's some guys who got in with their early predictions earlier on. I will bring them up so that you guys can see what their thoughts were. But for me, yeah, bro, I can't do nothing but predict a win. I expect United to be in shocking form towards the end of the game. Possibly, let's say, I would say a 3-2 or a 3-2. I would say a 3-2 win could do us fine. You know what I mean? A thrilling game. And I say that because I'm not sure if Onana is starting. There are reports that Bayern might be in goal, but if Onana does start, definitely 3-2. If Bayern starts, I think we have a better chance. Maybe something like maybe a 3-1 victory. You know what I mean? Might sound a little bit too hype, but yeah.
Bruv, I don't want to predict Man United to lose, so I'm just gonna say I'm going with a draw. I normally don't go for draws, but this team got managers punching TVs, bro.
Bro.
So So as far as I'm concerned, like I'm just worried about this team. I'm worried about the balance of the team. People are advocating for Garnacho to stay at the club, but the manager is already imbalancing the team by playing him as a left winger instead of an inside 10, because that's the way that the game is supposed to be played in his system. So he's already kind of compromising his system in order to advocate for a guy who doesn't even suit his system. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm just looking at a horrible team, bro. A team that is fitting square pegs in round holes. A management hierarchy who's refusing to dip their hands in their pocket, and we've got members of the fan base who like taking it instead of giving it. So I'm not having none of this, bro. This team is gonna let us down tomorrow. And like maybe a 2-2, maybe a 1-1. It's gonna be a shocker tomorrow. I'm just gonna be real with you.
It's
It's
gonna
gonna be
be
a shocker.
interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Guys, don't forget to drop your score predictions. Whether you're in the live or in the non-live, shout out. Big up to Gonzo here. Big up, bro. So, guys, get the score predictions in. We'll be reacting to that. Of course, come into the watch along. We'll be here tomorrow live and direct as Manchester United take on Fulham. Hopefully, we can get a win. Big up to you guys. I expect a win, but you know what? It's going to be a tough game. Some of you guys predicting a loss like Sosa. Man laughing in the comments predicting a 1-0 loss and a dagger to the heart. You can't afford that right now, bro. We need to win. So,
I
without
would
further
never
ado,
predict
guys.
a loss myself, but they don't fill me with no confidence. And do you know what was mad? Yeah, I think I said this before the Southampton game that the way we're playing, I'm not really filled with confidence, but I predict a win nevertheless. I said that we have no choice but to win. And then we played shit for the whole game and we actually deserved to lose that. And then somehow Ahmad pulled it out of the bag. Okay, cool, we won. So then in my head, I was thinking we was gonna win the next game. Then we got slapped in the following game. And then I said to you that, oh, by the way, we have no choice but to beat Rangers. Yeah. We in an unideal world, we could have easily lost to Rangers as well. However, we managed to beat them, but it just didn't look like a clean beating. It looked anything less than clean. Yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, I am very, very worried about this team, bro. Very worried. This is worrying times, bro. Like, this is the most worried I've been about this team since I can remember. Since I can remember. When have you been this worried about this team? Can you remember this? 13th, 14th place, bro. Can you remember?
You're killing it, bro.
This is nasty work, bro. This team is producing nasty work for us week in, week out. Week in, week out.
Your analogies tonight was some seriously nasty work, bro.
I forgot what channel it is. Channel 801 or whatever it is. I don't know these four channels, bro.
I do have
I
that
don't
link,
know
but
these
you know
four
what?
channels.
I feel I want to get out. Bro. Channel 906, bro.
Yeah,
What
906
is this brother
or whatever it is.
saying right now? But that's
cool.
like this guy.
Oh, no Anthony slander today. Oh.
Bro. I'm moving mad in here, though. But big up, bro. Big up. 906 in the building, bro. What I would say though, broski, you know what I mean? Hopefully we can do a better job in this situation. But right now, it's a long one, bro. It's a long road back, and we don't know what it's going to be. Because right now, bro, Man United, we in a dark time. Dark time, bro. But we had to stick up and see what's going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. It's a guy from the parking lot. So, Bali, I know. You predict a draw. I predict a win. Great one saying Ahmad three hat trick again, second hat trick for the season. Bro, you say this the last time when he did score a hat trick. So I get that, bro. I get that. But
Big
Bali,
up to the great
bless
one,
up.
boy.
Big up to the
Big up
great
to
one,
the
you
great
know.
one still. I
Big up to Saeed.
hope for your sake, you know, because the Ahmad haters are they're getting ready, bro. They're getting ready. Yeah. For me, I just hope that Ahmad does what he needs to do because I didn't see any of that in the last game. For the last couple of games, I ain't really seen it. And yeah, like obviously you expect your best players to step up. And obviously Bruno Fernandes is the guy that a lot of people hate, but they're ready to celebrate his goals at any time he scores. They're ready to celebrate his last minute winners all the time. And it seems to be him mainly that's doing these last minute winners. It always seems to be him like eight to nine times out of 10, if anybody's gonna do something for us last minute, who is it? It's Bruno Fernandes. How many times have you heard the commentary? Bruno Fernandes! We're all used to hearing this. We're all used to hearing this. This guy is probably one of the most disrespected players at the club. I've never seen a player produce so much and get so little respect for producing. In fact, yeah, I wish that Rasmus produces the same way that Fernandez produces. I wish he produced like that. I'm not gonna lie, because even if people didn't appreciate his gameplay, at least we can appreciate the fact that he always sticks the ball in the back of the net, or he always gives the ball to somebody to
Stick
score
it in the
from.
back of the net.
Yeah, one or the other. But yeah, big up to everyone in the chat. Big up to Sosa. Big up to Great One. Big up to Lucky Singh. Big up to Joe, Mojo, Jojo. Big up to all the man them in the building. Yeah, man.
Big up to the man, them guys, and we out of here.
What are you saying, man? What are you saying? What is he saying? What are you saying, man? What